In today's video, I have the privilege to interview one of my mentors, Mar Diaz, so stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel, the channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation. And if that is you, welcome, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. Now today we are talking to Mar Diaz. Now when I started my animation journey, one course that I took was a course from 2D Animation 101, and Mar Diaz is the owner and founder of 2D Animation 101, and I took quite a lot of his courses, and I have to say I've been looking up to him ever since because I have learned so much, and hopefully today in this interview you will also learn a lot from Mar Diaz because I truly did. So it's a huge privilege for me to chat to Mar Diaz from 2D Animation 101 today. And make sure you stick around till the end of this video because Mark is releasing a new free training. So if you want more information on that, stick around till the end of this video. I will share more information. So let's talk to Mark. So here with me we have Mar Diaz from 2D Animation 101, and for me it's a real privilege to have him here today and to chat to him because he played a big part in me starting to animate to start my animation journey. When I started, I took one of his courses and it really got me going. So Mark, welcome. It is a huge privilege for me to chat to you today.
Well, thank you. The privilege is mine. I feel honored. Thank you so much.
So, Mark, just quickly, what is your background? Before you started animating, what's your background?
My when I was a little kid, I actually in my TED talk I kind of talk a little bit about it. When I was a
Yeah.
little kid, like did some drawing, but I
Okay.
didn't take all my drawings seriously.
Yeah.
My grandpa taught us, me and my brothers and some cousins, to draw, and
Mm.
then I was not amazing but just good enough to be highlight
Mm.
in school, right? Like,
Yes.
oh, you did that.
Mm.
And like after that, like maybe until high school, after that, like kind of
Mm.
stopped. And then when I was a grown up, I was like already 30 something, and
Mm.
I started doing animation only because I wanted to create a video game that will
Okay.
teach people stuff. Like was going to be an educational. And
Mm.
then I thought, wait a second, it's much harder than I thought. I invested
Mm.
like a year and a half learning, and I was not getting anywhere. So I was like, you know what? I think it's easier if I just
Mm.
explain with animations. So
Yeah.
that's and then I started picking up animation from zero, etc. So yeah.
But so, what inspired you to continue doing animation? Because obviously, like you say, you wanted to do like educational things or
Yes.
create a game. So what was that moment that you thought, I like this animation?
Okay, I can tell you the big thing in here is that
Mm,
I don't consider myself an animator. Animation is not the thing that
mm.
I am passionate about. What I'm
Okay.
passionate about is teaching.
Okay.
So what happened between me doing to create starting to the animation 101, before that I spent 13 years in the movie production. So I was a
Okay.
cameraman, I had a business, I was a wedding videographer. Our prices were the highest because we offered cinematography and all of that. So
Mm,
I had experience in that, short films. We did a movie with that company. I co-founded that company. That now
mm.
that company is doing amazing. I'm still super friends with them, right?
Okay.
But I wanted to, what I enjoyed from being there was teaching others how to use the camera,
Mm,
how to be an editor,
okay.
how to be all of this. So I started to the animation 101 just to teach what I was learning for that I was creating for
Mm,
my educational videos. But then I
yeah.
stopped doing that and just devoted myself to teaching animation.
Mm,
So whenever I do animation, is just to teach it to others. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's the thing that I learned. I learned to become a really quick learner, to pick up skills
Okay.
fast, and then after that I'm able to just teach it to others. So my passion is creating animators. Like,
Yeah.
you are one of my proudest, like, wow, like you
Mm,
came to our school, learned animation, and then you win
mm,
one contest, and then you win a
mm,
second contest, and
mm,
then you win a third time contest, and you keep for that's what makes me happy,
mm.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not like when someone told me, like, imagine, Mark, don't you wish you could be at the Oscars, like, for best
Mm,
animated? Like, nah, but I would be super happy and like when if I
mm,
help someone be at the Oscars, right?
mm,
That's what fulfills me.
mm.
So yeah,
Another question.
that's yeah.
Yeah, but another question as I'm listening to you, there's a saying, practice what you preach. So obviously, what you teach, you need to learn it, you need to practice it, you need to
Yes.
see what works so that you teach your students what you know or what you've
Yes.
practiced. So do you do animation to learn yourself and to improve your skills to see firsthand what you teach works, or how does that process work?
I learned what my students want to learn. For example, I some students wanted to learn how to do anime, and then
Okay.
I looked for the best mentors in the industry, people like professional animators who work at
Mm,
Netflix, who work like at NBM or Hero, or like
yeah.
those two work. I had some sessions with them. I paid for those sessions, and
Yeah.
it was like enlightening. And then I was able to create two anime scenes,
Mm,
and I was like, okay, that's all I need. Like, all I need to do if I want to put together a whole story, I just have to. If I can do one scene and then a second scene, I just need to do that again and again and again and put together a whole story, right?
mm, yeah.
So that's I learn what they can do, and then I prove that it can be done, and then I
Okay.
show, which, by the way, I can send you the anime scenes that I created so you can put it there. I
Okay.
learned another mentor was Howard Wimshurst. He played a crucial role in me understanding to
Mm,
the animation. So
mm,
yeah, and then for rigging, Gary Pye, I learned from Gary Pye. I have paid for one-on-one
mm,
consulting with him, etc. So
yeah.
that's what I do. I look for the best mentors. I learn, and then I teach it to my students.
Okay. And then you obviously you have or what is you've got quite a lot of students. So what are their biggest challenges that you found, especially those who's just starting out? Are they Do you find there's maybe they misguided in what animation is, or they thought it's going to be this and it turned out to be something different? Like for me, this I always thought animation was like just this is how you do animation. But when I started doing, there's so many other things you need to learn. I never knew about the 12 principles of animation. Are
Mhm.
there students that start out and they're like, wow, okay, this is not what I thought, it's better, or it's yeah, they lose interest? What are your students' biggest challenges when they first start out animation?
I would say when they are first starting, the biggest challenge, I think, is the lack of a clear goal. So some of them, like, I can tell you the patterns that I've seen, like
Mm,
in what I've seen across 9 years of teaching, is the people who come to the school and then they tell me, I want to animate like this, and they come with a
mm,
clear idea. They are
okay.
like, nice. That I can almost predict that, combined with the right habits, they
Mm,
are on their way to becoming amazing. They don't know what they
mm,
need to figure out,
yeah.
but they just like tutorials, etc., etc., get some
Mm,
coaching, and then they eventually get there. But what I've seen from students who, quote unquote, I don't feel like they become successful, is because they have nothing to aim at.
mm,
So because there's nothing attracting them to do,
mm,
like, I want to animate like that, they don't have that specific
mm,
thing. They're like, yeah, just chilling. Like sometimes
Mm,
they animate and then they stop animating for months and
mm,
months and months, sometimes years, and then they kind of come back, but there's nothing they want to accomplish. So
yeah.
I would say the biggest struggle that I see the beginners
Mm,
who I see stuck on the same place for years. I have many students who have been with
mm,
me for years and years and years, but they don't define a goal or anything. And I ask
mm,
them for a goal, and I don't know. So it's
mm.
like it would depend, what do you want to achieve, right?
Yeah.
And then I discovered, wait, they don't want to achieve anything. They just want to have some fun. So for
Mm,
them, instead of playing a video game, they come and play with Cartoon Animator or play with Moho or
mm,
play with, and it's just something casual. And then would that be a failure? Well, no, because their goal is to have fun and just take their mind off
mm.
something. So in a sense, that's also successful. But that would be like my question for you, like what is the biggest struggle? For what struggle is, if
Mm,
they have a goal, they have this struggle. So
mm.
I would say defining the goal first would be the main thing, right?
You said that you approached mentors or
Yeah,
people with a lot of knowledge and you've learned from them. I feel that um, I started out watching YouTube videos,
yeah,
and that can only take you so far. I
yeah,
always encourage my students take an online course because
yep.
it takes you so much deeper. It builds a relationship. There is some accountability. What was your experience? Or what advice would you give someone who wants to learn animation and is still just watching YouTube videos? I mean, I
uh
make YouTube videos
yes,
every week, so
yes,
there's a place for it. But yeah, I think an online course or finding a mentor that you can work with, I think
yes,
it improves you so much faster.
yes. I can tell you why I started doing looking for mentors is because it's a huge game changer. uh,
Mm,
Here's the thing, YouTube can only take you so far because that's
mm,
information. But here's the thing, this is from someone I follow, right? Another indirect mentor. I haven't been in contact with her directly, but
mm,
indirect mentor. I read her books, I followed her on YouTube, etc., etc.
mm,
Mel Robbins, she says, if information was all we needed,
mm,
like everybody will be rich, will be super fit, will be hyper successful, amazing relationships with their family,
mm,
with their friends. They will be leaders, like everybody would be amazing at everything. But
mm,
because all the information is there, you want to be the best spouse, the best son, the best
mm,
father, everything is out there. You just go to YouTube, there's books, there's the
mm,
information is out there. So why are we still struggling, right?
mm,
Like someone starting a business, like, yeah, but I'm not making sales, like I still have to have my full-time job, I cannot quit to follow my business.
mm,
Why? Well, because the information doesn't make you successful, because we know what
mm,
we need to do, we just don't do it, we don't know how to fit it
mm,
in our life, etc. And when you have a mentor, sometimes a mentor can connect with you in ways that the information cannot, because
mm,
the mentor can look, actually a mentor is different than a coach. I would say coaches is someone who
mm,
works with you, right?
mm,
Like they look at your life and then, oh, you got sick. This is what you can do when you get sick.
mm. Yeah.
Like focus on doing these things, like low level activity. Like those are things that I learned, right? Like, no,
Mm,
don't do activities that require higher thinking. It has to be low activity, but in only for maybe an hour, because you have to rest to recover your body fast, etc. And then like,
mm,
what? And there's how to react, like if you're, for example, someone young, if your parents are against what you want to do, how do you work to get taken seriously, right?
mm,
So those are things that only a coach working directly with you can help you with,
mm,
because everybody's different. The information that you see out there, sounds interesting, but
mm,
try applying it, you're gonna see that, wait a second, it's not as easy as I thought. Exactly,
mm.
it's not as
Yeah.
easy. So that's where a coach or a
Mm,
teacher comes in and can solve some
mm.
questions for your
So
specific situation.
yeah, what I found with YouTube, like I say, YouTube is a great tool. But my struggle in the beginning is I've learned a lot, but like for example, the 12 principles of animation, I never knew about it for probably the first 2 years of me
Y-
animating. And with YouTube, you can't learn something if you don't know what to search for. So if I don't
Yeah.
know about the 12 principles of animation, I will never search for it. Whereby with a course, you will learn things that you never knew about, and then you can go to YouTube and learn more about that topic. And the other problem with YouTube, one of the people that I like, or the YouTube channels that I follow, is Jazza.
Ah, yeah.
And
Drawing with
I
jazz.
mean, he's got like 4 million subscribers. So how can I ask him a question and he will have the time to reply? You understand? So YouTube is not very personal. You can't ask questions and learn from that person really. But with online courses, there's that you can ask questions, you learn things that you never knew about. So you can always go learn more on YouTube. So yeah, that was my experience from YouTube, and why I always recommend people go and take some online courses. And yeah, so talking about online courses, tell me a little bit about 2D Animation 101. What courses are available on the currently,
Yeah.
and what are you working on? Any new courses coming up soon? Yeah, tell me about 2D Animation 101.
Okay, to the animation 101, right now the direction that we took is
Mm,
specific for Revolution products. The reason why is because it's super friendly with
mm.
beginners. Like
Yeah.
it's the only software that in the first day you can get an animation already done, a complete animated
Mm,
scene, right? You just drag, click and drag a background, click and
mm.
drag some characters, click and drag some
Motions. Yeah.
motion clips, and
Mm,
you're done. Like, wow, I
mm.
what the so that quick
Yeah.
win actually motivates a lot of students, right?
Mm,
Now I also teach a little bit of traditional animation in Clip Studio Paint, frame by frame, but because that is such a long process, if you
mm,
don't already have the strengths and you don't have already some talent in with you,
mm,
or like you can draw really well, etc., then you
mm,
cannot get very far. But if someone doesn't know how to draw, they can try Cartoon Animator and get stuff done,
mm.
right? So
Yeah.
my courses are based on animating in Cartoon Animator, and we have some content for iClone too. But
Mm,
basically, that's it. Like rigging, animation in general, how to create an
mm.
animated series. Those are our type of courses that we provide.
And some of the courses that really helped me was the one editing your animation in
Oh
Adobe
yeah,
Premiere Pro,
yes,
because that taught me animatic. I never knew what the animatic was before that course. And also another one, how to draw if you can't draw. I think where you took a chair and showed how you can create that chair for your animation. Those are just such simple things that if you're new to animation you don't think about. But do you still have courses like that that will cover other aspects of animation, or are you mainly focusing now on just Reillusion
I
content?
mean, the pipeline, you just
Mm, yeah.
define it very perfectly.
Mm,
I do focus on the pipeline. Like, what do you need? Like, for example, you animate each scene
mm,
separately in Cartoon
yeah.
Animator, but before you create all of that, we work on a storyboard, and then we
Mm,
use, for example, Storyboarder for one from Wonder
yeah.
Fruit. And then you put together an animatic, and then you edit, and then you create the animations, and then you
Mm,
come back and then you put all the animations, all the scenes together in an editing
together, yeah.
software. So yeah, like everything on the pipeline that you need to get an animation from start to finish.
Mm. So, just final question: what advice can you give someone who wants to start out animation and they don't know where to begin? They may be scared it's going to cost too much, or because it is daunting.
Yeah,
To be honest with you, I wanted to be an animator when I was 13, and I only started animating um, when I was 36. So
yeah,
that is 23 years. And when I started this, it's quite a daunting task. You don't know where to start. So, what advice can you give someone who wants to start and have no idea what he's getting himself into?
If they have no idea, I would say, okay, do this, like do a test. What I tell my students is, don't trust anything that I say, don't believe anything, but go and test it.
Mm,
Test it. Like, I disagree, just disagree with me, but still
mm,
go and test it, because you might be surprised. And a lot of people like, I don't like the story part. Like, just shut up, test it. I know you don't want to do it. Test it. If it brings you results, you're gonna love it. If it doesn't bring you any results and you
mm,
struggle, then stop using it, right?
mm,
So I would say, here's the idea to test. Go to YouTube, and try to learn from yourself. Like,
mm,
before anything, I would say define a clear goal, right?
mm,
There's You can go to YouTube, like, how to define a good goal for my life, or
mm,
for what, and then you can get the information there. Define
mm,
a really clear goal. That's one. And
mm,
then after that, go and try to go to through YouTube videos. Maybe you're super talented. Maybe you're a
mm,
genius. I don't know who's watching. And maybe you
mm.
pick up things super fast and you figure it out everything on your own. So
Yeah.
try it, and then you save yourself a lot of money. But if you're still struggling, like, I kind of got confused, then I would say they could start, for example, with your training. You have a beginning animation, right?
Yeah.
Animation for
Start
beginners.
animation. Yeah.
Yeah, because in there they can get all the foundations and know all the things they had no idea they should know, right?
Mm,
And then after that, they can expand, right? And
yeah.
then I offer, for example, in my training, I my prices are either I go 100% free, or I
Mm,
charge really premium courses, right? But
mm,
that's because the type of students that come to me are usually people who want to either make a living or make like super high quality animations. And that's because I'm a devoted teacher. Like, I do
mm,
I take your goals very seriously, and I give
mm,
everything. So my process, just to get people, like, oh, starts around from $200 and up, right? So
mm,
it's like, whoa, whoa. So it's only
mm.
for when people take this more seriously. Even if it's a
Yeah.
hobby, it's a serious hobby for them, right?
Yeah.
So I would recommend you, like, first go free, try to,
Mm,
maybe you figure it out. If not, go with your school, animation
mm,
for beginners. And
yeah.
then after that, if they that's probably all they need, because
Mm,
all the information that I teach, for example, in
mm,
my training, a lot of, like, I would say maybe 60% is free out there, so they can
mm,
get most of it for free out there, right?
yeah.
The difference is the systems that I use and the coaching that I
Mm,
provide, right? Where
yeah.
I guarantee results. Like, oh no, you're not. There's no doubt you're gonna become a really good animator, but it depends on them also, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would recommend anyone starting. Try it, and then get a course and see how it works for you.
And if I can just add something onto what you just said, some advice from my side is trust the process. What I
Hmm.
mean by that is, for me personally, I hate storyboarding. I absolutely hate storyboarding, but I know then what just how it improves my animation. So there might be something in animation that you don't like, but it is vital to create good animations. Just trust the process. With what you taught me, some of the things I had to trust you. And at the end of the day, yeah, I've won some awards and with my animation, but I've
Yeah.
trusted what you taught me. And um, yeah, one of the things you taught me was storyboarding. So till this day, I absolutely hate storyboarding, but I know how crucial it is. And without it, my animations would be terrible. So yeah, if I can just add to that is just the process. The animation pipeline is being used by Disney and Pixar and
Hmm.
DreamWorks for a reason, because it works. And
Yeah.
so if we apply that as well to our animations, we will get better results. So, Mark, thank you so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. It was a real honor for me to chat to you and just to see where your heart lies and how everything started for you. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. An honor. Thank you.
So, guys, I really hope that you've enjoyed this interview. If you did, make sure you click on that thumbs up button. It really helps this YouTube algorithms. And also make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. Now, like I've mentioned earlier, Mark is starting a new free training. So if you are interested, in the description below, there's a link. Just click there and you'll get more information regarding this training right there. So I think you can't go wrong. So make sure you go and you sign up for that free training. And then also I have an additional video for all my YouTube members where Mark gives 5 tips to improve your animations. So if you are interested in watching that, make sure you join my YouTube membership. Again, in the description below there is a link. Just click there and all the information with the different tiers will be available there with all the different perks that's available. So I hope to see you guys inside, and I hope you will find that video helpful as well. So that video, that extra interview, is for all my YouTube members. So guys, that is it for me. I will see you guys next week with another video. So God bless and happy animating.